Hello guys, before we dive into actually express middlewares, but there is a very fundamental concepts that we need to first understand. So what is actually get and post request? So I'm going to explain it very simple term so that you can understand better. So actually a get request is a request when we make to the website that returns some data. So simply you can understand that get request means that you can get request, I mean you can get data from the server, and post request is request where you send some data to the server. So this is how I can explain in simple term in get and post request. So I hope it makes sense now, but it doesn't make, don't worry, this will make sense at the end of this course. So if I make anything request, if I open my inspect element, and if I open my network tab here, and if I go to the google.com, and if I just do me just I open the google.com, as you can see that we got the get request. You can see it means that it is getting the data from the server, which means it is getting the image data, it is getting the this component data. So this is how Google gets data from the server. So actually get data, get request is something request that we get data from the server. And if I post anything here, and if I hit enter, I should get a post request. As you can see, I get post request for only 1 second, but it make post request. So let's see how we can define get request and post request in express.js. So I will create a new file here, and I will add there hashtag 8 get and post request.js. So in the previous video we have already installed express.js, so we don't need to install again and again. So I will just first require that express module, and we need to initialize our app here, which means we need to create an app using express module. And we can actually use app to define our endpoints. So I can use that like app.get, and I will make here an endpoint like uh, give yeah, I will give the endpoint name home, and every route has request and response, so we will have request and response. So most of the people use request use like this function, but in modern JavaScript we don't need to write function. So I will just write a request and response. So this is how the standard is. You can type anything, but this is the standard. So you can simply send the response like welcome to the home. Okay, and we need to listen the server on that port. We can specify anything here like 3000, and we will have a callback here, and I can just console.log here that server started listening on port 3000. And by the way, if you see noises, that some people are making noises, so I will do noise cancellation. So but if you are listening this, then I'm sorry, I can't do anything here. So now we have to first open our terminal and run our server. So as you remember, previously we talked why we should use node-man. So if you haven't checked out, make sure that watch the previous video. So I will write a node-man hashtag 8, and I will run that. And as you can see, server started listening on port 3000. Now we can successfully make request. So I will go and write here localhost 3000 instead of 8000. Instead, yes, it is 3000. And if I make request here, we will not get anything because we haven't defined the home route. So we have to give here the route that we defined. So it is actually home, and if I hit enter, you can see welcome to the home. So this is how you can make the, you can create a get request. So what about post request? So in order to make a post request, first we have to need a form, because we need to send some data from the client to the server. So I will write here post request are here, and I will just write here app dot post, and I can make post request to the home page as well, and I will have request, response, and I will write at console.log. Whenever we make post request in this uh, route, we will get something. So I will write it, you just made a post request. So actually I have a tool called Postman. So this is the tool that you can use for testing your APIs, but for now we can actually make post request to this using this Postman tool. But you can use any of that extensions that you can find in uh, Firefox, but yeah, I will use here Postman. So let me pause this. If I don't know, it's gonna take a lot of time, I guess. So let me pause this for you, so when this opens I will resume the video. So as you can see, we got the Postman open. So we have to provide here http is to / localhost, but instead of that we have to provide here home, and this is the post. So you can choose anything here, get post, but we are going to make a post request. And if I click here send, and if I open my terminal here, as you can see, we got that you just made a post request. If I hit again, and if I first of all, if I close this, and let me don't save it, and again if I made http home, and if I again make send request, post request, so actually it's a get request. So as you can see, welcome to the home. If you can't see, this is welcome to the home. And if I make post request, look, just notice here, okay, notice here, and if I click it just send, you can see we get another you just made a post request. So for now I am not going to teach you how you can uh, send data, but we will see it in later videos. So I just wanted to teach you that what is get and post, to give you basics understanding of what is get and post. So if you still don't get it, don't worry, we will get by the end of this course. So in the next section now we are going to talk about what is express middleware. So stay tuned for upcoming tutorials.